Hi there everybody and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. This is episode 94. Hope you're all doing well. Lots of you in the chat as always, so I'll get to the hellos in just a moment. First and foremost though, I have a new microphone at last and I'm just trying it out this evening for the first time. So please do let me know in the chat if everything's coming through loud and clear, if it sounds good or if I need to adjust anything at any time. Please do let me know. This is the first time using it, so and I want to say a big thank you to any Patreon supporters, because obviously anything I make, all the pennies I make from doing this, I try and reinvest as much of it as I can into the equipment that I use. Ed's saying already in the chat it all sounds good. That's great. It all looks like it's working here, but there are so many different audio settings I could have a play with on this thing, but for now I'll just plug and play and hope it works well. But yeah, that would be appreciated if any feedback could continue throughout the evening. If there's any issues, just let me know. Great sound, wonderful. Thank you for the comments there. Let's get to the hellos then, and keep your comments coming in as always. Give the video a like while you're here, that always helps us out too. So good evening to Andy, nice and early. Thank you for being here, mate. Good Abend, as he says in the chat. I think that's about right. Yes, it was German learning days. Yes, quite right. I think that's the right phrase. Good evening, everyone, says Catherine and Tonya here. Hope you're both well. Good evening to Millie as well. Nice to have you here on time tonight. Hope you're doing good. Next up, we've got Ed, as I mentioned already. He's hoping it ends with the countdown finish. LOL, okay. Yeah, we haven't got countdown music. I'm not sure what you mean, to be honest. Gabby says, hi everyone, Pinky and the Brainer here. Welcome along. Rainy Blackpool. Chris is here from the Blackpool Bar Stewards. Hope you are both doing well too. Thank you all for coming along. Sue and the Donuts are here as well. That's great. I'm glad you could make it. And Chris also says it sounds great. Andy says we want vocal effects. Yeah, maybe let me get used to the new tech before I start playing around with anything like that. But yeah, it's really smart. I'm really chuffed with it. Have a look. It looks like an old-fashioned kind of microphone. But yeah, really happy with it. So I'm glad it's working. I can't wait to listen back and see how it really sounds as a viewer as well. So we've got the usual kind of 4 different subjects throughout the evening. We're going to do a connections round first of all. For those who haven't done a connections round before, I'll explain what that means when we get to it. We've got a dance themed round. So that's going to be an interesting one. See how you go with that. We've then got a couple of catchphrases to do, and then we're going to do a couple of our survey says questions as well to finish the evening off. So yeah, hopefully a nice fun quiz for you all. Thank you all for being here again, and let's get to it. I think first of all we need to bring in Abby though, because we've got a great question on Abby's side of things, so I'm going to bring her in now, assuming she's ready. Abigail, I'll get her in. She's on her way. So let's bring in Abby now and we'll get on with her question. That'll start the show off, and then we'll move in to the first question round, which will be connections. Here we go. Here she is, everybody. Right, so let's bring up your question then. We've got multiple choice again, and if they get it correct, then they get a bonus point if they're the first 3, isn't it? Yeah? Mm-hmm. So let's bring up your question and the answers. You're going to read it out for them as well?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Which of these is there more of? A. Trees on planet Earth. B. Stars in the Milky Way. Or C.
Neurons.
Neurons in a human brain.
This is a really interesting question. I saw it on QI and I thought it would be a great one for you to ask, because we like this kind of trivia about space and things and comparisons. So
my topic in school is stargazers, and we're learning about Tim Peake, and I put my hand up in class today when she brought it up, and she was like, today we're going to be learning about Tim Peake, and we're going to be learning about Tim Peake for this week. And I was just like, I put my hand up and I was just like, I already know everything about Tim Peake.
You got the book.
I got a book about him. Yeah.
Look at this. So let's go to the chat on this side. So we've got lots of guesses coming in. Sue and Catherine and Millie are all saying hi in the chat. So Catherine and Tony have gone with C. Eric's gone with B. Chris has gone with B. Ed as well. Lots of people saying B. They think there's more stars in the Milky Way. Andy says C. Gabby says C. Those are all the guesses we've got in. It's, you know, something we didn't think about is what would we do if they got them all, if they all got it wrong and nobody got it right? Nobody's going to get any bonus points, are they, if that's the case? Shall we reveal the answer?
No, let's give him a little bit.
Yeah, it's too late. I think that's everybody. There's not many people tonight. All right, here we go. Look.
It's A.
It's A. There's more trees on planet Earth.
We should have done just the first top one because I didn't think that 3 would get that, even though I got it wrong.
It's insane, isn't it?
I thought there was more stars in our Milky Way, but there's not.
I know, it's insane. Yeah, there we go. That's from QI. So yeah, there's more trees on planet Earth.
They're chopping down all the trees.
No, there's still.
Makes no sense.
There is still like 3 trillion trees. It's estimated. It's insane. Yeah, there's a lot. So there we go, guys.
Maybe that's why they're chopping them all down, because there's so many.
I think Sue says I meant A. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's a bit late for that now. Pete says good evening, or UK divisive number 1 of Britzillion. UK division maybe, or division of number 1. Number 1 of Britzillions reporting in for duty. Okay. All right. The UK side of it. Excellent. Okay, Andy says, wow, more brain cells vexed by the quiz. There we go. This is the first time, I think, everybody's got your question wrong. So there's no bonus points. But do you know what? I've got to make up for it for the rest of them. My pitch around quiz questions in the next couple of rounds will be worth 6 points each. And they're normally only worth 2. So they'll get some extra points that way. And I'll explain what that means in a minute for everybody. Right, well, you've absolutely foxed them with that question, Abby. I suggest you say goodnight, and I hope you're very proud of yourself.
Finally caught you guys.
You have to think extra hard about the question for next week, okay?
You thought of that one.
I know, but I think
it's still my question.
I think you need to be very proud of yourself, though. Right, pat yourself on the back. Absolutely. Okay, say goodnight then, everybody. Say goodnight.
Bye.
Bye. Go on then.
Bye.
Off you go. Right, unbelievable. I thought somebody might have a cheeky guess at A, but apparently not. So that's that. Yes, Catherine and Tony say well done and a great question. Absolutely. Okay, let's move on into round number 1 then. No bonus points for Abby's question tonight for anybody. But we have picture rounds that are worth 6 points. Now, why are they worth 6 points tonight? And yes, Millie, it was a great question. Again, I saw it on QI and shared it with her, and she agreed. Let's do that. So, why is it worth 6 points when there are 3 pictures there? Well, you're going to get 1 point for each of the pictures if you can work out who they are, and another point if you can work out what Cockney rhyming slang their name lends itself to. Okay, so that's 2 points for each picture, 6 points in total, and we'll do the same again for the next round as well. So you've got plenty of points to play for there. That should make up for the lack of Abby bonus points. For this quiz round, though, it is a connections round. So if you're not familiar with it, a connections round, this one will be 15 questions. They're sometimes 10, but this is 15. And they will be seemingly random general knowledge. But questions 1 through 14, all the answers have a cryptic connection. And if you get that connection right, which will be question 15, asking you what's that link between all of them, you get a bonus 5 points. Okay? So, plenty of points to play for. If you get the connection, you get 5 bonus points, 15 questions in total, that means. So let's see how well you do. Keep these answers to yourself, though. We don't put these in the comments. Make a note of them. I'll go through the answers at the end, and you can reveal your scores in the comments with your team name if you have one, if you want to. No problems there either way. We celebrate with those who do well. We commiserate with those who perhaps don't do so well, but it is just for fun. Okay, and keep chatting in the comments, keep leaving those likes and everything as you go. Here we go with question number 1. Which duo took Up on the Roof to the UK pop charts in 1995? Which duo took Up on the Roof to the top of the UK pop charts in 1995? That is question number 1 for you in our connections round, and it's for 2 points. Okay, so if you get both of the duo, you get a point for each of them. I think if you get one of them correct, you probably should get the other one. So if you get one, it might be an easy 2 points, but let's see how you go. Question number 2. Which inventor designed the H4 Hercules, also known as the Spruce Goose? Question 2. Which inventor designed the H4 Hercules, also known as the Spruce Goose? See how you go with this one. With the connections round, sometimes some questions will be ridiculously tough. I've made this a 15 question round, hopefully, because that means some of them will be a bit easier. Because even if you only got like 2 or 3 of the points, it's certainly possible to work out what the connection is. Okay, it's always worth a guess with these ones. Question 3. Who was the documentary maker who bowled for Columbine? Who was the documentary filmmaker who bowled for Columbine? Let's see how you go with that. Your next question is worth another 2 points. What were the first names of the Likely Lads? What were the first names of the Likely Lads? One point for each there. Question number 5 now. Question 5. Which singer married David Beckham in 1997? Which singer married David Beckham in 1997? I'll give you a clue. You're going to need her maiden name in order to have a chance at what the answer is here for the connection. Okay. Which singer married David Beckham in 1997? Question number 6 is for 3 points. Which 3 men went to sea in the nursery rhyme called Rub-a-Dub-Dub? Which 3 men went to sea in the nursery rhyme called Rub-a-Dub-Dub? Only one of those will be helping you with the connection, by the way. Only one of the 3. So hopefully it's one that you get. Question 7 now. Question 7. Whose assassination sparked the beginning of the First World War? Whose assassination sparked the beginning of the First World War? Okay, around about the halfway point of the round now. Question number 8. This one is just for 1 point. Which firm of incompetent detectives aided Tintin in his adventures? Which firm of incompetent detectives aided Tintin in his adventures? I never did see the film they did of that. Kind of a CGI motion capture-y kind of film. But I never did see it. I don't know if any of you saw it. I heard it was alright, but it was obviously not good enough for them to make more, unfortunately. Question number 9. Name the American TV series that starred Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers as jet-setting amateur detectives. Name the American TV series that starred Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers as jet-setting amateur detectives. Tintin was worth a watch, Ed says. Good. Good. I must check it out at some point. Wasn't amazing, but you enjoyed it. Thank you for that. If it gets someone's seal of approval, then I'll give it a try. Okay, question number 10. Name the voice actor who provides voices for the Simpsons characters Principal Skinner, Kent Brockman, Mr. Burns, Waylon Smithers, Ned Flanders, Reverend Lovejoy, formerly Dr. Hibbert, Lenny Leonard, Otto Mann, and Rainier Wolfcastle, amongst others. It's one person who voices all those characters and more on The Simpsons. Those are just like the main ones that he voices or has voiced. Name the voice actor who provides voices for The Simpsons characters Principal Skinner, Kent Brockman, Mr. Burns, Waylon Smithers, Ned Flanders, Reverend Lovejoy, formerly Dr. Hibbert, Lenny Leonard, Otto Mann, and Rainier Wolfcastle, amongst others. If you've ever watched The Simpsons, obviously his name is one of the first ones that pops up in the credits. One of the first ones. Right, question 11 now. Question 11. Name the leading actress who starred in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo opposite Daniel Craig. Name the leading actress who starred in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo opposite Daniel Craig. I will, of course, offer repeats of questions at the end of the round. If I've gone through it too quickly at all, just mention the numbers in the comments and I'll repeat them for you once we've gone through all of them. Okay, question number 12 now. Question 12. Which often masked wrestler has supposedly, or was supposedly, the brother of The Undertaker in WWE, nicknamed the Big Red Machine? Which often masked wrestler was supposedly the brother of The Undertaker in WWE, nicknamed the Big Red Machine? Question number 13 now. Question 13. A 1987 movie about a family who accidentally run down a Sasquatch with their car and then end up befriending him is called Harry and the What? A 1987 movie about a family who accidentally run down a Sasquatch with their car and then end up befriending him is called Harry and the What? Oh, look at this. Ed says, looked up number 10 yesterday and he's done thousands of voices across hundreds of cartoons. Can't remember his name though. Yeah, he has done an awful lot. Yeah, I checked out his Wikipedia page just to check on some things before I included it as this question. And I was just like, yeah, totally agree. Done so many. He's good though. He's good. All right, question 14 now. Question number 14. Who was the Phantom of the Opera during a Reign of Fire which brought on a geostorm? Who was the Phantom of the Opera during a Reign of Fire which brought on a geostorm? It's a 1-point question. And as mentioned at the start of the round, question 15 is simply, what is the connection? So have a look back at any of the answers you managed to work out and try and think what could be the connection, the cryptic connection between all of those answers or keywords within those answers. If you do work it out, you get 5 bonus points. So, are there any questions that you need me to repeat? For those of you watching live, just let me know in the chat and I will do those for you. And if not, we shall go through the answers. Whilst you're having to think about that, though, and what the connection could be, I'd like to remind you about the link in the description of every video, which is for Secret Santa 365. Plenty of you choose to support me and what I do here, and that's really appreciated. If you ever wanted to do something charitable to say thank you for what I do here, Secret Santa 365 would be where I would recommend you donate to, or even just sharing what they do with other people, particularly if they're local to the Oxfordshire area like I am, because they do help out a lot of families with young children in particular, with gifts and things to make their lives easier, which is really important considering the way of the world as it's been over the last few years in particular. So please do consider that if you're feeling charitable at all. Thank you. Right. Last chance for any repeats. I'm going to go through the answers. Just stick the numbers that you want repeats for in the chat. If not, I will go through the answers and we'll see how well you did. And then we move on to round number 2, our dance round. No, I won't be dancing on camera. It's more about how dance is connected to various different subjects, TV, film, stage, all those kind of good things. So yeah, don't get too excited. Okay, I'm going to go through the answers and I waffled on enough. Here we go. Question number 1. Which duo took Up on the Roof to the UK pop charts in 1995? It is for 2 points. Robson and Jerome. Off of Soldier Soldier originally. Robson and Jerome. Question 2. Which inventor designed the H4 Hercules, also known as the Spruce Goose? It is Howard Hughes. Question 3. Who was the documentary maker who bowled for Columbine? That was Michael Moore. Question 4. What were the first names of the Likely Lads? This again is for 2 points. That's Terry and Bob. Question 5. Which singer married David Beckham in 1997? That was Victoria Adams. Question 6. Which 3 men went to sea in the nursery rhyme called Rub-a-Dub-Dub? It was the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. Question 7. Whose assassination sparked the beginning of the First World War? It is the Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Question 8. Which firm of incompetent detectives aided and abetted Tintin in his adventures? It is Thompson and Thompson. That's just for 1 point, though. Question number 9. Name the American TV series that starred Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers as jet-setting amateur detectives, Heart to Heart. Let me just clarify for number 6. Yes, that is for 3 points. Butcher, baker, and candlestick maker is for 3 points. Right, so number 9 was Heart to Heart. Question number 10. The Simpsons voice actor was Harry Shearer. Harry Shearer. Question 11. The leading actress who starred in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo opposite Daniel Craig is Rooney Mara. Question 12. The often masked wrestler that was supposedly the brother of The Undertaker in WWE, nicknamed the Big Red Machine, is called Kane. Is one of my favourites when I used to watch it. Question 13. In 1987 movie about a family who accidentally run down a Sasquatch with their car and then end up befriending him, it's called Harry and the Hendersons. Question 14. Who was the Phantom of the Opera during a rain of fire which brought on a geostorm? So, in other words, which actor starred in all 3 of those movies? Gerard Butler. He was in all 3 of those movies, Phantom of the Opera, Rain of Fire, and Geostorm. Now, question 15. For 5 points, what is the connection? They are all former England football captains. Have a look through these answers again. So we've got Robson and Jerome, Brian Robson. We've got Hughes, Emlyn Hughes, so for Howard Hughes there. For Michael Moore, we've got Bobby Moore. For Terry and Bob, there's John Terry. For Victoria Adams, there's Tony Adams. And then after that, we had, where did we go to? Terry Butcher for the Butcher, the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker. Rio Ferdinand for Archduke Franz Ferdinand. So Thompson and Thompson is Phil Thompson. Then we've got Heart to Heart, Joe Hart. Harry Shearer, Alan Shearer. Rooney Mara, Wayne Rooney. Kane, Harry Kane. Harry and the Hendersons, Jordan Henderson. And Gerard Butler, Stevie Gerrard. There we go. So that's 5 extra points there. Tally up your scores there. And I can also let you know the answers for our pitch around here. Let's reveal those for you now. So we've got Hank Marvin for 1 point. It is starving. Frankie Howard is coward. And Pete Tong, wrong. It's all gone Pete Tong, wrong. So there's 6 points there. 1 point for each correct person and 1 point for each correct Cockney rhyming slang term. Does it have to be captains? We were just happy to recognise they were England footballers. All right, I'll make a deal with you because, yes, they are all England footballers as well. If you just put that they all played football for England, you can have 2 points. But if you said captains, I think it's only right that you have the full 5 points because that is the answer I got down here. But they are all England football players. So give yourself 2 points for working that out. I'll be generous. If this were in the pub and there were actual prizes up for grabs, then no. Because you know me, I would be that tough on it. But because this is the live show, you're all right. 2 points if you said that, but 5 points if you specifically said captains. Tally up your scores and put your team names with your scores in the comments, or just your scores. You don't have to include the team names, just for fun. Let's see how well you did before we move on to our next round. Okay, some scores coming in now. Let's have a look. Blackpool Bar Stewards, 14 plus 2 plus 4. That's 20 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. Very good. 16 plus 6, so 22 for the Not So Golden Oldies. Very well done. The Donuts have got 20, and they got the connection as well. Very good. 13 plus 1, they just had footballers. Plus 5 for Back in Black. Yeah, you just had the footballers as well. It's 2 points if you. It is 2 points if you just got that they were. If you had they were England footballers. If you had they were footballers. Yeah, all right, all right. We'll be very, very generous. 1 point if you just said footballers. 2 points if you said England footballers. 5 points if you said captains. Millie says, cannot publicly announce ours. That's okay. Hopefully you've all learned something. Don't worry. It's all a bit of fun. 12 plus 2 for Pinky and the Brain. Good effort. Let's see. It looks like the maximum score we've got then would be so far the Not So Golden Oldies. Couple of 20s, but they got 22. Good stuff. Well, you can keep putting scores in the comments to anybody watching, whether you're live or not. It doesn't matter if you're not watching live. Just leave comments. It's no problem. I'll come back and comment back as often as I can. Much appreciate it. Let's go on to round number 2 then, shall we? And we'll see what your pitches are for the next one. So, same rules apply. With the pitches, name the person that is pictured for 1 point each. And then you can name the Cockney slang term connected to their name for 1 more point. These ones are a little bit trickier to work out, but well worth a guess. Okay, the round itself is a dance quiz round, as you've seen. So 15 questions again, 1 point for each correct answer. It's totally random subjects and topics covered, but there is a dance theme that runs through the round. So, with that said, question 1. Which actress danced with John Travolta in Pulp Fiction? Which actress danced with John Travolta in Pulp Fiction? Absolutely love Pulp Fiction. Probably my favourite movie. probably. After Star Wars, obviously. That's just another level for everything. But, yeah, after that, probably Pulp Fiction. Okay. Question number 2. This one's for 3 points. Which 3 pop acts had an original UK hit with Flashdance, Just Dance, and Bat Dance? 1 point for each. So 3 different pop acts here. They had original UK hits, one with Flashdance, one with Just Dance, and another there with Bat Dance. Okay, number 3 now. Question number 3. Which dancer did exactly what Fred Astaire did, except in high heels and backwards? Which dancer did exactly what Fred Astaire did, except in high heels and backwards? Okay, let's go to question number 4 now. Question 4. Who was the celebrity winner of the BBC's first ever Strictly Come Dancing? Who was the celebrity winner of the BBC's first ever Strictly Come Dancing? Question number 5 is for 2 more points. Question 5. Which leading actor and actress starred in Singing in the Rain? Which leading actor and actress starred in Singing in the Rain? 1 point for each. Okay, question 6. According to folklore, which hypnotic dance can cure a spider's bite? According to folklore, which hypnotic dance could cure a spider's bite? Question 7 will be for 3 points. Question number 7 then. In which films could you first meet the dancers named Tony Manero, Baby Houseman, and Ren McCormick? In which films could you first meet the dancers named Tony Manero, Baby Houseman, and Ren McCormick? For 3 points. Okay, then next question is question number 8. Which dance style signifies a matador and his cape? Which dance style signifies a matador and his cape? Question number 9 now. Question 9. Who played the title role in the movie of Billy Elliot? Who played the title role in the movie of Billy Elliot? Plenty of multiple point questions coming up for the last few in this round. So let's get on to number 10 now. Question number 10. Who were the judges on the first series of Strictly Come Dancing? Who were the judges on the first series of Strictly Come Dancing? 1 point for each. Jan's just joined us in the comments here. Good evening, everyone. Apologies for being late. Good luck to everyone in the upcoming round, and congrats to those who scored big in round 1. Oh, bless. Thanks, mate. Yes, everybody did all right in that round, although for the first time ever, you missed this, for the first time ever, nobody got Abby's question right at the start of the quiz, so there were no bonus points awarded. So after the show, go back and have a look and see how you do with that one. Yeah, nobody got it right. Okay, question 11 now. Question 11 for you. Which male ballet dancer defected to the USA from the USSR in 1962? Which male ballet dancer defected to the USA from the USSR in 1962? Okay, question 12 now. This one's for 3 points. Which one single word will complete the names of the following dance styles? Mashed, bunny, and black. So you add one word onto the end of those 3. 1 point for each. What is the missing word in those dance styles? Mashed, bunny, and black. Which word will complete the names of the following dance styles? 1 point for each. Mashed, bunny, and black. Question number 13. Who was known as the Lord of the Dance? Who was known as the Lord of the Dance? Your last 2 questions are for 3 points each. So for question 14, the following are the first words to which dance songs? It's astounding, time is fleeting, for 1 point. Heaven, I'm in heaven, for another point. And hot sun beating down. So 1 point for each. The following are the first words to which dance songs? It's astounding, time is fleeting. Heaven, I'm in heaven. And hot sun beating down. Jan says, question for all to whom it applies. How do you recall your first dance from your wedding? Ooh. I remember mine very clearly. We were very well planned with our wedding. It was Forever by Kiss. We had a rock themed wedding. Those who know either of us will know that obviously we did. Yeah, it was great. And we sang on because I had a friend of mine DJing with my setup, and karaoke was there, so that the two of us could sing Love Shack B-52s. So we went into that after the first dance, or later on I think it was, just to get everybody up and dancing, you know. It's great fun. Loved it. Yeah, not many people know that song though by Kiss. They're not known for their slowies, but it's a really good song. Right, your last question then, question 15, and I will do any other repeats, just let me know in the comments. Name any 3 of the 5 dance troupes that worked for the BBC on its flagship Top of the Pops programme. Name any 3 of the 5 dance troupes that worked for the BBC on its flagship Top of the Pops programme. So 1 point for each, but you only need to name 3 of the 5, okay? Jan says, knowing you, I might assume that it might be Star Wars themed as well. Yeah, tempting though it was, no, it actually wasn't. It was a rock themed reception. And the wedding, we just had some nice music that we liked for the actual wedding. Yes, do remember it fondly though. Okay, number 7 then was, in which films could you first meet the dancers named Tony Manero, Baby Houseman, and Ren McCormick? Tony Manero, Baby Houseman, and Ren McCormick. So 1 point for each of those. The films where you could first meet those characters who are also dancers in the films. Tony Manero, Baby Houseman, and Ren McCormick. Would anybody else like a repeat before we go through the answers on that one? Happy to do so. Jan, just in case you're wondering with the pictures, I think you missed what I said. Basically, it's 1 point for each of the people in the pictures that you guessed correctly, but then another point if you could work out what the Cockney rhyming slang use for their name is as well. Which is particularly tricky, especially if you're not from the UK. But hey, if you know who any of them are, try and think of something that their name rhymes with, and maybe you'll work it out. You never know. But I will reveal the answers in just a moment. Last chance for any repeats, let me know. The other thing to let you know is in the description there's another link, which is my Beacons link. So if you're on any other form of social media, or if you're interested in following me on any other forms of social media, that's where you need to go. It's also got the link for the book that my son and I wrote, which is available on Amazon. And so that's very exciting. Still there, still doing well. So we started talking today about writing the next book. He's very excited. Don't know why I'm whispering, he's in bed now. But yeah, that's just between you and me. We'll see how long it takes us to actually make it, but it's very exciting. Okay, let's go through the answers then for the dance quiz round. Question number 1. Which actress danced with John Travolta in Pulp Fiction? One of my favourite movies. It is Uma Thurman. One of the best soundtracks as well. Question 2. Which 3 pop acts had an original UK hit with Flashdance, Just Dance, and Bat Dance? So Flashdance is Irene Cara, Just Dance is Lady Gaga, and Bat Dance is Prince. That's from Batman the movie with Michael Keaton in. Question 3. Which dancer did exactly what Fred Astaire did, except in high heels and backwards? It was Ginger Rogers. Question 4. Who was the celebrity winner of the BBC's first ever Strictly Come Dancing? That is Natasha Kaplinsky. Question 5. Which leading actor and actress starred in Singing in the Rain? That is Gene Kelly and Debbie Reynolds. Question 6. According to folklore, which hypnotic dance can cure a spider's bite? It is the tarantella. Question 7. In which films could you first meet the dancers Tony Manero, Baby Houseman, and Ren McCormick? Tony Manero from Saturday Night Fever, Baby Houseman from Dirty Dancing, because nobody puts baby in the corner, and Ren McCormick is from Footloose. Question 8. Which dance style signifies a matador and his cape? It is the paso doble. Question 9. Who played the title role in the movie Billy Elliot? It is Jamie Bell. Question 10. Who were the judges on the first series of Strictly Come Dancing for 4 points? It's Len Goodman, Bruno Tonioli, Arlene Phillips, and Craig Revel Horwood. 1 point for each. Question 11. Which male ballet dancer defected to the USA from the USSR in 1962? It is Rudolf Nureyev. I won't mark you down for spelling because I can't see what you've written anyway. Question 12. Which word will complete the names of the following dance styles? Mashed, bunny, and black. For 3 points then, it's mashed potato, bunny hop, and black bottom. Those are 3 different dance styles, apparently. Question 13. Who was known as the Lord of the Dance? It was Michael Flatley. Question 14. The following are the first words to which dance songs? It's astounding, time is fleeting. That is from The Time Warp, off of Rocky Horror. Heaven, I'm in Heaven is from Cheek to Cheek. And Hot Sun Beating Down is from I Can't Dance. Question 15. The 5 dance troupes that worked for BBC's flagship Top of the Pops programme. And it's 1 point for each, but you were only asked to guess 3 of the 5. So you only get a maximum of 3 points, even if you wrote down more than that. We have the Gojos, Pan's People, Legs and Co., Ruby Flipper, and Zoo. So a maximum of 3 points if you guessed any of those, up to 3 of the 5, of course. And now we'll go through the answers then for the pictures. So you get 6 points here, 1 point for each person in the pictures, and then a point for each of the Cockney slang words. We have Billy Piper, windscreen wipers. Giorgio Armani, sandwich. Giorgio Armani, sarnie is sandwich. And Winona Ryder is cider. Very interested to know if you got any of those right. I think you may have got the pictures, but knowing the Cockney slang terms, I'd be very impressed. But let me know how you got on. Let's see in the comments, please, with your team names, if you have one, of course. I'll give you a shout out as always. And then we can move on to catchphrase, where we'll do some potluck questions to see who gets to guess first as we reveal each of the squares as we go. Ed says sockingly well. Maybe you mean shockingly well. 16 plus 4 for Back in Black. Very good. 22 plus 3 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. Excellent work. Donuts have got 28 points. Wowzers. Doing much better in this one. It seems maybe there's just more points available in this round, actually. There's probably a lot more points. 10 points for Jan, plus 0 for the pictures. Not bad, based on the fact I joined late. It's not bad at all. No, it's a very good point. 19 plus 4 for Pinky and the Brain. Good effort again there. 19 plus 0 for the not-so-golden oldies. That's okay. Still good scores. Any more for any more? Let me know in the comments. I'll still call them out. We are going to move on to the next page, but I will keep an eye out for these scores. I think Millie's comments just come in there. 10 points there. Good effort. Well done. Good stuff. Right, okay. Let's go now to our next round, which will be catchphrase. Okay, right. So we are on catchphrase. Let's go back to that one now. Many of you watching already know how this works, but for the benefit of anybody new that's watching, I'm going to ask a potluck question. Guess the answer in the comments. The Britzillion score has just come in. 14 plus 2. Very well done. That's a good score as well. So I'll read out a potluck question. General knowledge, any subject could be announced here. The first person to guess it right in the comments will be allowed to have first guess when I reveal a square from the board. The square will be chosen at random by the wheel which is there. So once I've revealed that square, you can then have first guess. Once that person has guessed at what the catchphrase could be behind these squares, then anybody can then have a guess if indeed that was an incorrect one. So we will keep on going until it's revealed what the answer is. So, with that said, your question is, what would you secure with a Windsor knot? What would you secure with a Windsor knot? Answers in the comments, please. And even if you don't get the answer in the comments quick enough, but you do know what it is, give yourself a point for the round. Anyway, a Windsor knot would be secured with, and many of you have put it in the comments already, a tie. Very good. Yes, you'd secure a tie with a Windsor knot. I don't ever wear them anymore, really, because you'd never see it anyway. I've got loads of ties. I'm probably never going to wear them again now, am I? Ever. Not that I really ever wear suits anymore, because I just work from home. But anyway, the first person to get it right, according to the comments on my screen, is Gabby. So Pinky in the Brain, this is for you. let's see what number we're going to be revealing off the board first. Ooh, oh, it's gone over to number 3. Okay, interesting. Let's do number 3 then. It's not looking good, is it? I'm going to read out the next question, but if you do guess it, then, well, it'll be amazing. It will be amazing. Do you know what I also need to check before I reveal it to you? I need to remind myself what the answer was. Ah, yeah, okay. Right, so here we go. Question number 2 then. Oh, Purple Rain. Good guess. It's good. It's good, but it's not right. Unlucky, but thank you for playing anyway. Here we go. Your next question. Which are the... Actually, name one, I should say. Name one of the most expensive properties on a UK Monopoly board. One of the top 3. Any of them, but one of them, please. The most expensive properties on the UK Monopoly board. Standard UK Monopoly board. Guess in the comments and let's see who we're going to be revealing the square for. I will remove the number 3 from the wheel. Oh, we've got lots of guesses for Mayfair coming in. Don't worry if you spell it wrong in your efforts to quickly send the answer through to the chat, as long as it's close enough. Mayfair is the most expensive, so therefore it is very much a correct answer. I believe it's worth £400 on a standard UK Monopoly board. You could have also had Park Lane and Bond Street, but yes, Mayfair, well done. Pretty much everybody put Mayfair. The first one, for this side at least, was Sue. So Sue and the Donuts. Here we go. I'm going to spin for you now, and let's see which one we're going to be revealing for you. You get to guess first. We have got square. Oh, it's gone past the centre square. Might stop on 6. It's actually gone to 7. It's 7, I'm afraid. You can't quite tell that from what you can see there, but it is number 7. So let's just bring out number 7. I don't know what you think about that. I'm going to ask the next question, but again, it'll be your guess, Donuts. It'll be your guess. I count first. There's really not got much to go on. The wheel has been brilliant so far. Could have just gone straight to one of the easy ones, but no. Well, Mr. Chips is in there. Yeah, I'll give you that much. Right, your question then is, what does the abbreviation BPM mean to a DJ? What does the abbreviation BPM mean to a DJ? Let's see who gets that right first in the comments. Oh, good. We have got some good guesses coming in. Again, don't worry about your spelling. Just get close enough. Yeah. Well done. Everybody's getting it right. It is beats per minute. Beats per minute or beats per min is perfectly fine if that helps you get the answer in quicker. Millie, you got this one first. I'm spinning it. There's the wheel spinning around for you now. And we are revealing, is it the centre square? Oh, no, it's gone over to number 6. Okay, all right. So, number 6 then. That's giving you a bit more to think about. Have a guess in the comments. The moment Millie's had a guess, anybody else is allowed to have a guess, remember, until we then move on to the next person. I'll remove 6 from the wheel. You can say pass if you're not sure, of course. Millie, or indeed whoever else. Bill payer. Bill payer is good, but it's not right. Your next question then is, which one of these was not one of the Von Trapp children in the Sound of Music film? Lysel, Kurt, Hans, or Gretel? We've got some guesses coming in, and none of them are correct though. It's not Foot the Bill, it's not Bill of Rights, it's not Down Payment. All very interesting, good guesses, but no. The question again, which one of these was not one of the Von Trapp children in the Sound of Music film? Lysel, Kurt, Hans, or Gretel? Hey, we have got some guesses coming in. Kurt, Hans, Gretel. Interesting. Oh, we're all taking a wild stab in the dark by the looks of it. Apart from maybe the ones who got it right. Hans is the correct answer. Catherine and Tony, well done. You're the first team to get it right in that respect. Well done to Sue and the Donuts as well. You also said Hans, but Catherine, her comment came in first. So, spinning the wheel. Let's see what we are removing for you. Looks like it's going to be number 1. Yes, we are removing number 1. Confirmation there. It is definitely Mr. Chips. Doesn't look happy though. Have a guess. I'll remove 1 from the wheel. Yes. Okay, let's go back down through the comments. Feel free to have a guess, Tony and Catherine, if you can think of anything else. I'm going to say the next question, but feel free to continue to guess if you want to. Alternatively, we will move on. Bill Payer again, no. No, you're all kind of there or thereabouts, but not quite right. Question 5. The next potluck question I'm going to read out to you. Is a French mimolette a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? Have a guess in the comments at that question anyway, okay? Because that's going to be the next question when we move on to the next page, because I can tell you now the correct answer has been guessed in the comments. It is... cost an arm and a leg. Very well done to those who put that in the comments. I'll repeat that question I just said in a moment as well, but I'm keeping track of who's guessed what. Ed and Gabby both said it in the comments, but Ed said it first, so well done to Back in Black. You take the win on the catchphrase. Very well done. What I'll do now is I'll just remove the answer, and we will take away the other squares so you can see the whole picture in all its glory. It'd be a shame not to, wouldn't it? There we go. His arm and leg are missing, and they're going towards the bill. So it cost an arm and a leg. There we go. Right, let's reset the board. And we'll do that. And we'll move over to catchphrase number 2. The chat will continue though, remember. I'll read the question again for you and we'll carry on with the next one. Okay, catchphrase number 2 then, guys. Catchphrase number 2. The question I read to you was, is a French mimolette a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? So, I will go back up and just see if there's any guesses I missed. So... okay, so the 2 guesses I've got in so far are there from Chris and Eric. They've both said dog. Anybody else now, you're welcome to guess, because I want to see some more guesses come in before I reveal what the answer is, to give everybody a fair chance at answering this question. Is a French mimolette a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? Oh, Jan, you said pig as well. My apologies. Let me just scroll back up and check that. Okay, alright. Well, for whatever reason, that's not showing in the Facebook chat. But that's fine. It's there now. Any more for any more? Any more guesses coming in for this one in the chat? You will get to have a guess first at this one, if you are the first person to get it right. And let's see, Andy's now said cheese. Why not? LOL. Well, I mean, you say this, Andy. I can tell you the French mimolette is a cheese. So you are the first person to get this one right. And we are now flicking over to our new wheel. And let's see which number or which square we are going to be removing for you, because we are landing on number 4. It looks like this one could prove useful. Let's see. Interesting. Interesting. Have a guess, Andy. Once you've had a guess, anybody else is welcome to try. And I will move on to the next question. Anything? Okay. I guess not. All right, I'm going to say the next question. No idea, he says. Win one as I fail. No worries. Okay, now, your next question is, which letter in the NATO phonetic alphabet can be a month of the year? You can give me the letter or the actual meaning, the word. Which letter in the NATO phonetic alphabet can be a month of the year? First person to get it right, I'll spin the wheel for you, and you get to guess first at the catchphrase. There we go. There's some guesses coming in the chat now. 2 coming in there. Sue, Millie, Andy, Eric. All going with the same answer there. You're all saying November or N. Keep on putting those comments in if you haven't guessed yet already, or just keep it to yourself. It's fine, because I can tell you now the answer is November. N for November in the NATO phonetic alphabet. The person that said it first, according to my chat roll, is Sue and the Donuts. Here we go. There goes that wheel spinning round, and let's see which square we're revealing for you. Looks like it is number 9. Number 9. Okay, so let's remove number 9. Let's see if that has helped out at all. Let me know in the chat. Sue and the Donuts, you get first guess. If not, I shall move on. Anything at all? I'll say the next question anyway, and people can start guessing that one. Nope. Okay, no. All right, so your next question then is... let's go to... In which decade was the electric guitar invented? In which decade was the electric guitar invented? Holy moly, hole in one. Interesting guesses. Gabby's gone with digging a hole for himself. It's very close. It's very, very close. And we've got lots of guesses coming in for when the electric guitar was invented. I think, I've been thinking it over, I think I'm going to have to give the points to Gabby for what you said there. Because it's... Yeah, it is basically the answer. I was being very picky in my mind and going, should I, shouldn't I? But I think I'm going to have to. I will say, first of all, though, we've got 50s, 40s, 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 50s, 30s. The answer for that question was 30s, okay? It was 1931 the first electric guitar was invented. But the answer to this catchphrase is digging yourself a hole. And yes, we said, what's Mr. Chips doing? He's digging a hole for himself. So yes, digging yourself a hole is close enough. I will let Pinky in the Brain take the win for that one, okay? I think that's fair enough. Digging your own grave is also a really good guess, but you can just see there, if I start revealing the rest of the board now, let's bring those off as well. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, not 9. 8. Hole for Mr. Chips, and if I take away the answer, you'll also see there's a hole that's being dug. So digging a hole for himself. Just checking, can you see my comments? Eric can't. Yes, Chris, I did see that comment. I just read it out. So yes, I saw you said 40s as well. And I saw you said holy moly. So yes, definitely seeing your comments too. Don't worry, Chris, I can see them, and that's the most important thing. Yes, Gabby says thank you. Well done. So let's close up the board then. I'll reset that. And that brings us to the end of our catchphrase round. We're going to move on next to our survey says. We've got a couple of questions there to finish off the show with. Let's see how you go with the Family Fortunes rounds. Right. So I'll bring up the question as per usual. Once the question's on screen, you can put a guess per person in the comments. We'll see who gets the highest answers on the board, and then I'll allow you to guess as many times as you like to try and complete the board. We're looking for top 5 answers from this survey, and the question is, name an animal you'd like to see on safari. What do you think the top answer is? One guess per person, please, first off. So as long as you're watching along and are able to comment, then please do have a guess. Now, obviously, it doesn't really apply to people watching a repeat of this, but play along anyway and see what happens. Here come some of the guesses. So to make things simple for me, one guess per person for now. We have got zebra, lion, elephant, lion again, elephant, giraffe. My favourite animal, says Gabby. And Ed says elephant as well. Let's see if there's any more guesses come in, and I'll go through them in order that they appear in the comments. So, first and foremost, zebra, is it there? Zebra is not there. I imagine it's going to be close to the top 5 as it's not in it. It must be, but it's not in my top 5, I'm afraid. So thank you for the guess, Jan, but unfortunately not this time. Now, the next one I have is lion. So Sue and the Donuts say lion. Millie also says lion. Let's see where lion is in the list. If it's there, surely. Of course it is. Lion's the top answer. Good work. Okay, so the top answer has been found. Well done to both of you. Next one I've got, Chris says elephant, and Catherine and Tony also say elephant, as does Ed. So let's see where elephant lies in your list. That is the second answer. Okay, the second answer has now been found. Oh, poor Gabby. Where's that giraffe going to be? The next one I need to show you, if it's there at all, is giraffe. So let's just check. Is giraffe in our top 5? It's 4. 4th in the list. You can now start guessing more animals because we are getting to the bottom of the list of your initial guesses. So Sue and the Donuts have gone with rhino. Let's see if rhino is there. Wrong one. There we go. Rhino is there. That is the 3rd one on the list. All right, you're only missing one more, the 5th answer now. So let me go back to the comments and have a look and see what we've got here. So Chris and the Blackpool Bar Stewards, they've gone for hippo. Millie says cheetah, as does Catherine and Tony now. Any more for any more? Feel free to have a guess, or you can guess the same thing. If you think that one of those is going to be the missing answer, reiterate it in the comments yourself and get yourself the glory if one of them is the real answer. Jan says leopard. Oh, leopard or cheetah. I think cheetah is Abby's favourite animal. She loves those. Gabby's also gone with hippo. All right, let's see then. Is hippo the 5th most popular answer? That's the next one in my list to check anyway. It is. There we go. Hippo is the 5th answer from this list. The animals that you'd like to see on safari, those are the top 5 from our survey. Well done. Especially well done if you said lions and got the top answer correct. Well done there. Right, let's reset the board. And we move on to number 2. Question 2 then for our survey says, is name something to avoid hitting while skiing down a hill. I've never been myself, but name something you'd think you should avoid if you were skiing down a hill. We might get some funny answers for this one. Let's see how you go. One guess each, please, again. Let's see what the top answer is and see who gets the top answer as well. Okay, lots of guesses coming in. Right, so Sue and the Donuts have gone with tree. Ed, back in black, and the Blackpool Bar Stewards have gone with trees as well. Chris has gone with person. Jan says other people as well. Gabby says people. A rock from Catherine and Tony. Snowmobile. Yeah, you definitely want to avoid a snowmobile, Millie. Good one. Okay, let's go through them then. So, tree is the first one on the list. 3 of you, I think at least 3 of you have said tree. So let's see. Whereabouts is tree on the list? It's the 2nd answer. 2nd most popular answer, which means the top answer is still out there. So well done there to Sue and the Donuts, to Eric and to Ed. You all said tree. Andy says a wall. Yeah, definitely want to avoid that. Is it in the top 5? But next in my list, Chris has gone with a person, as does Jan and Gabby. So let's see, is person or people on the list? Oh, it's not been updated. That was clever. It's supposed to be the top one, but that's from last week. Oh dear. Here we go, look. Quick edit. Nobody will ever notice. Okay, good work. People is the top answer. I'm not going to move it along as well. You've all seen it now. Next one is rocks. I think this was from Catherine and Tony. Yeah, Catherine's gone with rocks. Let's see. Is Catherine right? Is rocks there? It is there somewhere. Hold on a minute. There we go. Rocks. The top 3 answers. Got 3 in a row. Excellent. Next one, snowmobile. Is snowmobile one of our top 5, I wonder? No, is the answer. Snowmobile is not there. Your face. You should avoid your face, Ed says. A wall? No. What else have we got? An animal. Interesting. Is an animal there? No, animal is not there. Flags. Okay, Jan's gone with flags. Is flags one of the top 5? It's not. It's not there. The sound barrier. Avalanche is not there either. Okay, I'm going to give you a clue for one of them. Millie was reasonably close with snowmobile in that one of the top 5 is a vehicle of some description. Maybe something that could be at the bottom of a hill, maybe. I don't know why it would be on the hill, but it's still one of the top 5 answers. And the other one could be running down the side of the hill, maybe. This is taken from Family Feud, this particular question. So don't blame me if the guesses are a bit out there and you wouldn't have thought of it otherwise. Ski lift and cable car, I'm afraid, no. The whole mechanism for ski pulling thing, yes, ski lift is not there, Jan, but appreciate the description. We have also got car from Chris, so let's see, is car there? Parked car. A parked car. You would definitely want to avoid a parked car at the bottom of the hill, wouldn't you? Something else that might run down the sides, I guess, of something. I don't know if anybody's going to work this one out because I don't understand why it's in the top 5, but it is there. Although I think they call them gates, don't they? I was about to say, aren't they called that as well? But no, gates are things in the ski racing you try not to hit and ski around them, don't you? But light, no, yeah, it's not there, I'm afraid. Hedge. Oh no, so close. You're so close. Think about the side of a garden. What would be down the side of a garden other than a hedge? Honestly, I don't know why this is in the top 5. I very nearly just edited it out, to be honest, but I thought, no, we'll have some fun with it. We're sticking with it. There we go. Ed and Chris have gone with fence. And that is the 4th answer. Catherine and Tony in there as well with fence very quickly. Excellent work. Good stuff. Right. I'll reset the board, guys. That brings us to the end. I'm afraid we haven't got a 3rd question tonight. But what I thought I would do just at the very, very end is remind everybody that you can, if you are a Patreon, you can request your own subjects, okay? Because sometimes I get a bit bereft of inspiration and I don't know what subjects to bring in, and so I just go, yeah, that'll do, that'll do, and it generally works out fine. We have a laugh, don't we? But I really do like to get requests and deliver those for you. So if you want to suggest anything to me, be it for the quiz rounds or even for other media at all, whatever it is I do across TikTok and Lima and everywhere, message me. Okay, drop me a message, either the quiz messenger app or also through me personally. I don't mind. Or even in one of the groups, top fan group or the Patreon group, whatever you want. Okay, drop me a message, drop me a note there with some suggestions for subjects that you would like to see, and I will find ways to work them in. Okay, Patreons in particular, because you guys are paying for to support me, so I always like to reward you guys first. But if anybody's not a Patreon and is watching, then I can, if they don't come in with requests, I can then look at people who aren't Patreons. Just the Patreons get priority. All right. There's also, for those of you who follow me on Lima, I'm in talks with Lima directly to introduce a competition which they will sponsor a prize for one of you lucky people. And the more times you guess, even if you get the questions wrong, the more times you guess the answers with your voice comments in the Lima app will be another entry into the competition. All right. So I will reveal when I tell you what that is and what the prize is, then I'll tell you exactly how to enter. But essentially, please do download the Lima app and give us a follow there. There's a big push at the minute, and being an advocate of theirs means that I am also asking that people join in. Okay, if you would like to be a Patreon, click on the beacon link in the description. It's £2 minimum. There's £2, £5, £10. They're the main tiers. The higher you are, the more priority you'll get with anything you ask of me quiz-wise, okay? And there's other things listed there. Message me and I'm happy to explain. Patreon.com/bigquiznightIn, or click on the beacon link, and then in the beacon link it will show you a list of lots of different things where you can support me, and one of them will say Patreon. So you go to that and you put in your details there. It's pretty straightforward once you're there. Let me just address some of the comments then and we'll close things off and we can say goodnight. But yeah, really exciting about the Lima thing. If you download Lima, it's totally free. Lima, you can follow me for free, listen to all my quizzes on there. They're all little short audio recordings, 2 minutes long. That's it, most of them. And if you start guessing on some of those, they're going to be entries into this competition, even retrospectively, from, I think, well, they said the 1st of February, from the 1st of the month. So I'll confirm the details when I can, but a prize will be a random draw. So the more times you enter, the more times you've got, the chances you've got of winning. I just need to work out what the prize is they're going to give me. Hopefully a voucher for something. That would be cool. We shall see what they say. Sue, I'm glad you like the dance round. I think some people may have been turned off and not bothered turning up when they see that. They think, oh, what dance? But actually, it's an interesting theme, isn't it? Great quiz as always, Chris. Jan says, good luck to all you high scorers, and better luck next time to those who scored less points. Amen. Andy says, brilliant fun as always, Chris. Thank you. Have a good week. How do we become a Patreon? Just address that. Brilliant quiz as usual. Thanks so much. You're welcome. Thank you all for another fab quiz. Thank you. Lovely comments. I will address anything else I've missed, I think, when I can. You guys are all absolute legends. Thank you for being here as always. Next week's another Facebook Live quiz. I will try and get you a third Our Survey Says question. It's just been a bit of a pain at the minute to sort out, but I think we've got a really good balance of different things here. So I'm pleased that you're still enjoying it. Keep those requests coming though. Right, I've waffled on enough. Take care, stay safe. Message me if you need anything, as I've said, and I will see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers, good night.